Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing a stock analysis on Microsoft. Now, everybody of course know Microsoft. They make Windows and they make Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. And they also of course make computers such as Microsoft Surface, and of course they also own games like Minecraft and so on and so forth. Now, a reason I personally like Microsoft is because of their market share within the tech community on programs, the Office program specifically. Every single office in the entire world uses Office 360 package, of course. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, everything like that. The reason I like that a lot is because the switching cost away from products like that is just too massive. Kids learn it at school, and you have just basically everybody knows them like the back of their hand at this point. So they are going to have an incredibly high, and it's only going to be increasing demand for their products every single year, of course, as the worlds get more and more digitized. Now, if you take a look at the stock over the since December of 23, we can see it has increased quite decent. It was all the way up in 465, and then it dropped all the way back to where we are now in 385. I think the stock personally is a bit undervalued at the moment, just because of their main competitor in the world, which I not main competitor, but and a stock they are often compared to would be Apple, which has been a quite a better stock these past 5 years, increasing 100% more than Microsoft. So that is a reason I think they are quite undervalued, and also just simply the fact that they're also getting a lot more into the computer world with their Microsoft Surface, the new ones. The first Microsoft Surface were pure dog shit. I owned one and it was beyond terrible. But recently I just got a new Microsoft Surface for work, and it is amazing, and I cannot recommend it enough. So that's also a reason I like it, because I think we're gonna see more computer sales, and I think it's gonna really shock the world how much they're gonna sell. Now, if we take a look at some technical, as you can see, it does like to trade a bit above this actually. As you can see here, we can draw a support line here, which cuts across as we see some bottoms and some tops here, mainly bottoms actually, and then we have this top just testing, but otherwise than that, we see it bottoming out here. Let me just fix this actually quite a bit, like so. As you can see, it bottoms down here and then regains, and then of course we also see some tops here, just around here. We do see almost, we have a fake top here. As you can see, it doesn't quite get up there, but otherwise we have two peaks here. We have some peaks just around $440, which is quite decent. But ever since then, which is back in January, it has fallen. I mean, almost $100. It was down almost $100. Now it's only down like 65 or something. So I think it's a bit undervalued at the moment. As you can see, we did have this Death Cross and Golden Cross pair. So recently we did have Death Cross as the latest cross. We did almost see a return back here to a Golden Cross. I do believe it would have happened if we didn't see this horrible Friday on March of the 28th, where it was a quite a red day for the Nasdaq and every single tech company. As you can see on Friday, they also lost 3% and almost $12. I think if that didn't happen, it would have done a Golden Cross and it would have had quite more upwards momentum. Now, as you can see here, the market cap is 2.8 trillion. It is one of the largest companies in the world, and their earnings are quite stable, and they beat them quite often. Now, dividends, they do actually pay dividends, which is quite unique for a tech company. Many tech companies don't pay out any proper dividends, but Microsoft pay out decent ones, and they pay them out 4 times a year, which I like quite a lot. So that is also why I do believe it is better to pay them out 4 times a year than only once a year, because then of course you can reinvest more often. So this means even though it is a low percentile here, the more often you can invest, of course, the larger the snowball effect on your returns are gonna be. And as you can see here on their earnings, they simply increase year over year over year, and that is mainly their main product, of course, is the Windows platform, which companies has to buy the Windows to make sure that your computer can run it. And then, of course, as I said, we have the Office. So very nice stock, and I am considering buying this. Maybe I'm gonna wait until we see a bit bit less volatility in the stock market in general, as it has been quite extreme lately. So yeah, that is a reason why I'm holding out a little bit. But as you can see right now, we're actually also trading on a breakthrough and support level here. We did see it, now it is resting here on the support level here. So maybe it is gonna go back up if it can break through this at 394 and keep going through, and then after that break this one in 450 almost, it is quite likely that it's gonna increase. I think I think it's gonna go upwards of 500 this year. That is at least my personal target for Microsoft on my target price. Also, you can see in the quarters here, of course, they're nice. And look at their margins, 35%, 37%. And again, also the margins here, we do see insane margins, which is quite nice. Now, if we look at some seasonals over, let's just say, since 2015, as you can see, most of the years they are quite nice. Of course, we did have 22 where we lost money, but then again, basically did every single stock. But ever since 2015, which is the last 10 years, we have had one negative year, full year. As you can see, we are only 3 months, 4 months into this year. Of course, we are minus 10%, but we still have a lot of the year to go. But most of the time, it is quite a nice stock to own. Now, the technicals here is a strong sell for the day. And for the month, it is actually a buy. It is neutral in summary, but it is a buy in the moving averages. And the reason it is a buy in the moving averages is because it was increasing quite a lot until we saw this sharp fall. I do believe that the technicals would be a strong buy if we didn't see this sharp fall. And the reason it is still a buy is because it is resting on a previous bottoming out. Now the endless rating here is almost the same as mine. It's 504 or 500, basically the same. And the endless rating on this stock is just insane. Look at this: 46 strong buy, 9 buys, 3 hold, 0 sell, 0 strong sell. It is just insane that every single analyst out there basically thinks if you have it, you should hold it. If you don't have it, buy it, which is quite interesting at this point. Also, you can just see their earnings, as you can see here, they just estimate to earn more and more and more money. And Microsoft have also done stock splits in the past, which I personally like because that just means there will be more volume in the stock. So I'm just waiting for some technicals to get a bit better. Also see that it returns quite a nice form, because often after we see a fall like this, either it bounces and then falls again, or it falls a bit more. Even though we are on a current support level, just the volatility in the tech stocks, also like Nvidia at this point, is quite interesting to see. So that was my stock deals on Microsoft. Now, if you did like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.